Hey guys, Tim here from Chasing Collectibles, as you know. I'm here with my friend Reid, who has a really large kaiju collection. He is one of my friends that I know personally who just has such a large collection, and today we're going to just share with you a small fraction of his collection, because I think there's just nothing really cooler to me than Godzilla and monsters and just so many different movies and cartoons and shows. But Reid, you want to say hello?
Hello.
All right, so we're just gonna start things off. Reid, what do we have here in front of us?
Well, this is my collection from collecting since the early 90s. A lot of this is all imported stuff from Bandai. And then there's some Diamond Select stuff right here. You got some Gamera stuff right there and over here. Godzilla, the theater exclusive Burning Godzilla in Japan when they did Godzilla vs. Destroyer '95.
Wait, that's really cool. So was that because I'm kind of interested in that piece right there. That was one of my favorite Godzilla movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember him burning up and everything, as he was trying to fight the destroyer.
Oh yeah.
Now that you said it was an exclusive.
Yes.
The theater is over here.
No, in Japan. In Japan, it was a theater exclusive in Japan when they did Godzilla vs. Destroyer.
Okay, so you had to pre-order that, I guess.
Right, I got it from an old dealer in matter of fact, in Chicago at G-Fest. If you ever read the magazine G-Fan, I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that does G-Fan magazine does the G-Fest convention, and he brings in actual actors from Japan that played in Godzilla movies, Gamera, a lot of your old 60s movies, 70s movies, and one of the dealers had a couple of them there, and if I remember right at the time, I think he said they were only limited to like a few thousand figures, and that was it. So I think when I bought him back then, it was like a $200 figure back then, and I'm not really sure what it goes for now. I'm sure it's probably kind of high. I haven't really looked up anything lately here. So
wow. So I know over the years there's been different variations of Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a favorite one?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, mine is this old Godzilla from the movie 1984. Now here it was filmed in, they here in Japan it released in 1984, but here it was in 85, and plus it had Raymond Burr in it. But if you watch the actual original Japanese version, Raymond Burr was not in that movie. Either one of them, they just kind of like put him in there, especially the 1954 movie. But this old Godzilla right here is probably one of my favorites, because I guess when I was in my 20s and this came out, it just blew my mind growing up with all the 60s and 70s movies when I was a kid and watching all of them. And so yeah, I would say him. And then another one of my favorites is the Gamera over here next to the Jet Jaguar. That was from the Gamera Guardian of the universe. So that's a nice little figure, and I have a lot of other Gamera stuff. The only Gamera I got up here right now is this one, and that was from the Gamera versus Iris, and so it's some good stuff. And he's got that Gamera from the Guardian, and then that's Jet Jaguar.
He's been in his own movies, hasn't he?
No, he was in Godzilla vs. Megalon, which here's Megalon right here.
Yeah.
The beetle.
I remember him. Yeah, of course, he's also like, I remember watching a couple movies with him. I'm not, as a Turtle fan.
Oh yeah.
I liked him.
Oh yeah, Gamera is awesome. A lot of the old movies are really nice too, and then there's some other monsters up here. You got, of course, Destroyer, you got Rodan, you got Biolante, you got Hedorah, which y'all might know is a small monster. You got Gigan over there, Gorosaurus, Baragon. Dimension. There's Sanda over there. You got Kamacuras. You got Legion, which is another Gamera movie. You got Biolante. If y'all ever seen Godzilla vs. Biolante, you got him. That's the original Bandai figure. Space Godzilla. And then here's another. Matter of fact, this figure right here is another Gamera figure. From Gamera. And there was one other. That's Gigan, King Caesar. So, and like Tim was telling you, this is only partial of my collection. I have a lot more stuff. I do have a lot of the Treadmaster stuff that was from the 90s. Unfortunately, Treadmasters went out of business in 2002. But they did a lot of stuff for Godzilla, Gamera, and I think they did some Terminator stuff and a few other things. And they were out of St. Louis. But like I said, they closed their doors in 2002. So I'd have to get all that stuff out one day and show all that to y'all too.
Who's this guy?
Sanda. That's from, he was in Destroy All Monsters, and he was also in, his first appearance was actually in the movie called Atragon.
There's just been so many monsters, man.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them.
Who would you say would be Godzilla's most powerful monster that he's fought?
The most powerful one would be either King Ghidorah or even Space Godzilla, Destroyer, of course. But you know, there's so many monsters out there in the Godzilla universe. But yeah, I would name those three just to name a few. Like I said, Space Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Destroyer, heck, probably even Biolante. So.
Wow. Now, of course, we got these two guys here, and I believe you might be able to find their movie on Amazon. I think I've seen it.
Yeah, War of the Gargantulas. Yes.
Yeah.
I bought this. I bought this from Dave. Dave Henson. Oh gosh, it's been several years ago. It's been a long time. When his store was still in downtown Fort Mill. And I think when I got that from Dave, it was about $200, $250. It was kind of up there. It's one of the PX exclusives. I tried to look it up the other day on eBay, but I couldn't find it. I did find some Gamera stuff from Japan by X Plus, and I think that stuff was about $450.
My gosh.
Yeah.
This stuff is awesome, though. Kind of, just want to play.
Sit on the floor and play with them.
Yeah. And of course, this guy just looks like a T-Rex of some sort.
Yeah, that's Gorosaurus. He was in Destroy All Monsters, and plus he was in I believe King Kong Escapes. He was in there. He was the dinosaur that he fought in there. But he didn't make too many appearances.
And Destroy All Monsters, wasn't that's the one where Godzilla destroyed the United States version of Godzilla? Remember they did that terrible one back in the 2000s or some. Oh
yeah. That wasn't that movie. It was Godzilla. Destroy All Monsters was back in the 60s, and that's where all basically Toho brought all their monsters in one movie, except Manda and Sanda from War of the Gargantulas. They weren't in there. Kong wasn't in there, but most all the other ones were, like Baragon, Gorosaurus, Anguillus, Dimacris over there, Sanda. Of course, King Ghidorah was the main antagonist, and you had Spiga, which was the giant spider. And then you had Rodan and Mothra, of course, and of course they all teamed up to fight King Ghidorah, because at that time he was the most powerful. So.
Yeah, and I think that movie's on HBO Max right now. So now I have a feeling I'm going to be going home to watch that this afternoon.
Oh yeah, I love the hobby. I've always loved dinosaurs. Love monster movies, of course, with kaiju. Even some of the newer stuff that people might not like Pacific Rim and stuff like that. I love that stuff. And in fact, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but they're talking about putting Pacific Rim into the new Godzilla universe for the American-made stuff. So if you like mechs and stuff, that I'm kind of hoping they'll do that, because I did enjoy the Pacific Rim. So if y'all haven't seen that yet, I would suggest watching that too. And I think that's on HBO Max too. And then Netflix has an animated series that you can watch that's exclusive for them. So
Wow.
yeah, if you haven't seen them, check them out.
Man. Well, trying to think if I have any more questions for you. And about how old were you when you started collecting?
When I actually started buying the figures and stuff, I was in my early 20s. I was about 21, 22. When I was a kid, I couldn't really afford some of this stuff, but then as I got older and I started working, I started snatching stuff up. So, and this has just been a love over the years. So, and I'm 52 now. So,
Yeah, I've seen a number of your other kaiju things, and I know you have a number of King Kong things too.
oh yeah.
Which we didn't even touch on today. But okay, well, if you don't have anything else you'd like to add, then I would just like to say, like we mentioned before, this is just a small part of Reid's collection, and we will probably do another one or two of these that will touch on even more of it, because I've seen a lot that Reid has. Reid, anything else you would like to add?
Just if you want to get in the hobby, I just say, hey, buy what you can and get what you can afford. Don't try to overdo yourself or anything like that, like anything else in the hobby, and just keep working at it, and you'll get a big collection too. So, that's all I got. And watch all the Godzilla movies and kaiju movies you can.
All right, till next time, keep chasing.